program. Thank you for joining me once again at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Sorry for being a little late. So for those of you joining me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, say hi. My name is Mayo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality, a multiple six-figure event planning company, and also the founder, event mentor, and coach for Events for Anyone, where we provide a mentorship program to event planners like all of you to help you start and grow your event planning company into a multiple six-figure business. So let me just adjust my Instagram, my phone a little bit so that, okay, much better. Okay, so apologize for a little delay as my dog is not feeling too good. So I had to clean up a little bit after him. So thank you for coming on with me. If you're on Facebook, please make sure that you type your name or click on the StreamYard link so that I can see your name. Hey Joyce, thank you for joining me. Hope you're doing well, feeling well. And who else do we have? Hi Joy, we have a Misty over here. So hey Christine. Okay, so since I'm late, so I want to be respectful of your time. Okay, so I'm going to start teaching. So today, I want to talk a little bit about how do you charge a premium fee for your event services, especially event planning services, when your event is not pretty or when your event is not a luxury event, okay? And I am the perfect example for that because I see a lot of, hi Janice, I see a lot of you on Facebook and everybody saying hi, but I don't know your name. So because I can't see your name, either type your name or you just click on the StreamYard link so I can see your name. I see Diana is here. Okay, so please type in your questions or your comments as well so I'm able to answer your questions, okay? So I am not known in the industry for planning beautiful events. I am known in the industry for among my clients for someone who is a strategist and event strategist more than just an order taker. What exactly do I mean by that? And I will probably have another session on that. But today I just want to give you an idea what it means as an order taker and event strategist. An order taker, basically, if you're an event planner who's an order taker, basically you just what the client tells you that you want, you'll be like, okay, this is what you want. Okay, let me go get to work. Okay, you go find the vendors and then get the contracts together. You do the timeline and then you execute the event. An event strategist is someone who actually will challenge and ask some questions to your potential client or your client actually to potential client. I call it potential client because they haven't paid you yet, okay? But you have already qualified them that this is someone that you want to work with, and then you decide, okay, this is somebody you want to work with, and you quote your fee, okay? And then they are deciding whether they want to work with you. So if you see me working on this side, you know what? Let me just put it over here, my Instagram people, so I don't have to keep looking to the left or to the right, so I'm looking at the same place. Okay, so it's just that I can't see so much of the questions on Instagram. So I guess when you scroll, when this scroll up, I'll be able to see. Okay, so anyways, when you are event strategist, you listen to your client's vision, okay, and then you start to ask some questions. So in my 10th year in business, April 12, 15, 2012 was when I incorporated M2 Hospitality. Okay, this year will be our 10th year in business. In my 20 years, over 20 years of planning events, this is what I have come to the conclusion. Okay, people, your potential client will pay you or pay anyone, any event planner, a high fee to solve a problem that they can't solve to get to what they really want. I'm going to repeat, okay? This applies to any industry. It doesn't just apply to event planning, all right? Your client will pay you, your potential client or your client will pay you a high fee if they feel that you are the person who can solve the problem that they're trying to solve for the events to get what they really want from the event. Okay? What they really want. I can see a Facebook user and you say, I don't know if anyone can see me. I can see you here, but I don't know what's your name. Hey, Angela. So if they feel that you are the right person to help them solve their problem, to get what they really want, they will pay you a high fee. Okay? But in order for you to even get there, to see if you are the right person to hire, that they should hire to solve the problem, you have to find out exactly what is the problem, right? And you also have to find out what do they really want, okay? What do they really want? I'm going to go through this step by step. I'm going to go through this step-by-step process with you. When a client comes to you, okay, and when they are looking at their event budget, and when they're looking at the event budget, and your fees is part of the event budget, okay, because for them, it's how much they are paying to create this entire event. And if they're going to hire you to create the entire event, you become part of the cost. You are an expense. Okay, having the event is an expense. The food and beverage is an expense. The venue rental is an expense. All decor items is an expense. All rental items is an expense. And entertainment is an expense. Event planner, designer, decorator is an expense. So when they have a vision of what they want, okay, and then they put together the budget to get to what they want, a lot of times, right, they are more willing to pay for things that they can see, tangible products. So when what happens is when they pay for a tangible, let me just see. Okay, all right. Okay, so somebody said that I'm frozen, but I think Christine just spoke to Stella that refresh your browser because I'm apparently streaming pretty good here. Hey, Sean. So if they are more willing to pay for things that they can see, right? Regardless whether it's the decor or the decor, entertainment, or the food and the venue, correct? They are more open to pay for things that they can see, and anything that they can't see, even though they're getting a service, which is your service, which is an intangible product. What is the first thing that gets taken out from the budget, from the whole event budget? Your fees, correct? What is the first thing that they will want to cut? Your fees, because this is an intangible product. So they are not willing to give up the look of the event. They're not willing to give up the menu that they have picked. They're not willing to give up the venue that they have picked. And they also may not be willing to cut down the number of guests. Am I right to say that? So what is the area that they can cut? Your fees, correct? You'll be like, maybe I can try to do this myself, so I don't have to spend the $2,000, $5,000, $1,000 to pay this person. So now I have the extra money. So I can use this money to go pay for my event. Exactly, right? Misty said exactly. So they will cut your fees first. Now, how can we avoid that? How can we avoid them cutting our fees? So first and foremost, we need to, us as an event planner, have to start thinking, all right, where else can we cut? Where else can we cut on the budget in order for them to still get what they want and then still not cut my fees? They still have to hire me, correct? So that's our job. That's not their job, because their job, the first assumption is you're going to cut your fees first so that they have the money to have the event that they say they want. So your first strategy is this. You have to ask your potential client, what exactly is the vision for the event? What is their vision for the event? What is the experience that they're trying to create? Who are the people who's coming? You have to ask questions. Sales can only happen when you're able to bring up questions that they don't even know is a question, but you brought it up and they make them think, you are right, I didn't even think about that. So the more you create, I'm not going to say uncertainty, the more of the experience that you have talking to the potential client, where you make them think, where they realize that there's a lot of things I didn't think about, and I don't think I can do it. So I better hire you, the higher the chance that you will be able to get that client. Okay. And a lot of times, a lot of my clients hire me over and over again is because of how resourceful I am. And I ask questions that they didn't even think about that ultimately help them with their budget. So I'm an expert in managing their budget. I'm an expert in managing the client's experience, their experience, the client experience that's working with me, and their guest experience, and also managing their budget to get them what they really want. Okay, so that's my superpower. So how do I do that? First, I ask them exactly, what do you want? What exactly do you want for your events in terms of the looks, in terms of the experience that you're trying to create? And then they will tell me, oh, I want to have this look, I want to have these beautiful flowers, I want to have this backdrop, I want it to be at this venue because of how the way it looks, I want to have this menu, and I'm going to invite all these people, right? They tell me all that. And then I'm going to ask the next question. Why do you want it that way? Why? Where did you get this vision from? What is the reason that you want it that way? And then listen to what they share with you. They may say that, I want it that way because I saw it at my friend's wedding. This is a lot of times, right? People don't know why they want what they want, okay? People have no understanding why they want what they want. They just want it, okay? They just want it. And they honestly don't need to have a reason. If they want it, they can have it. But if budget becomes an issue, then it's not necessarily that if they want it, they can have it. I'm sure they can have it, but that's not at your expense, not sacrificing you. So our job is to really make them understand why do they want what they want, okay? And then we're going to ask how, if we don't have that thing, okay? And I'm just giving you the logic right now, and then I'm going to give you a concrete example. If you don't have that thing, how would that make you feel? How would that make your guests feel? And then listen to their response. And based on what they say, you may be able to help them come up with an alternative that what they say they really want is really not that important. So an alternative is fine. So we'll be able to save some money there. And because you are guiding them to make them understand what they really want may not necessarily be necessary, okay, or critical to the success or the total experience of the event, then they may not need to have that. So we save a whole chunk of money there. So now we're trying to make them find that money, okay, how to best use that money to create the best experience that they wanted to have and the best look that they want to have for the event. Everybody follow me so far, okay? Everybody follow me so far? Hey, Stephanie, thank you for joining me on Instagram. If you have followed me so far, give me a thumbs up, all right? This is a deep concept. This is not something that a lot of event planners take the time to implement or have a conversation with their potential client, okay? Because a lot of us are afraid to ask questions. We are afraid to question our potential client because we're afraid that if we ask certain things, it makes them feel uncomfortable, or we make us feel uncomfortable, we may lose the sale. So when you go in with that type of mindset, you don't dare to ask questions. And I'll tell you, sales happens when they're inspired and when they feel that you are the expertise and they feel that you're the only person who can truly understand what they want and help them to get to where they want, because they couldn't do it themselves. But in order to do that, you've got to ask the right questions. Sales happen when the right questions is being asked and you shut up and listen, okay? So here, in this perfect example, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to use my own wedding, as an example, okay? And then I'm going to use one of my clients as an example. So when I was planning my own wedding, okay, I wanted to have, so I was working with an event designer, okay? I didn't have to work with a planner because I'm the planner. So I was hiring an event designer. So I hired this event designer and I have a budget in mind, okay? What I want to spend on my wedding. And as I was talking to this event designer, and I told her that my wedding was in November. I told her that I want to have peonies. Peonies is a type of flowers, and it looks a little bit like roses, but a little bit more fluffy looking, okay? And in November, it's not the season, okay? It's not the season. And I said, I want to have peonies everywhere. Peonies on my hand bouquet, peonies on my table arrangements, and we have quite a lot of tables, okay? I think we have 12 or is it 12 or 14 tables? I don't remember. So, and each table is not just one arrangement, it's a lot of arrangements. So when I told her what my budget is, okay, and she said that, wow, if you want to have peonies, that will not fit into your budget. And then she asked me this question, all right? She asked me this question, like, what is, yeah, I know, right? That's my favorite flower as well. My husband couldn't get that spelling right, and he will spell it like some form of a private part. TMI here. So that if it does help him remember what my favorite flower is, okay, that's fine too. So, anyways, so she asked me these questions that got me thinking. Like she says, for your wedding, what is the most important thing for you for your wedding? What is the most important thing for you? And I said the most important thing for me is that she's basically asking me what do I really want for my wedding, right? I said the most important thing for me is to create an experience that people will talk about for many years to come and to provide very good food, okay? I said that. I rank it as to provide an experience that people come together to connect, because I have a lot of out-of-town guests, that people come together and connect, and they get to meet up, okay? People that haven't seen for a long time, to catch up, and also serve them very good food, and at a venue that is on the beach, because we have a lot of people who comes out of town, and I want them to enjoy the beautiful weather that we have here. And then I want it to look pretty. So when she listened to me, I basically said to her in the order I want the event to be. So you heard what I just shared with you. The last thing that I said was, and the event to look pretty. So pretty wasn't my top priority. The experience, okay, was my top priority. So that means immediately she knew that she would not be able to get me to pick a less expensive venue. And then I said the food is very important. That means she also knows that she could not get me to pick a less expensive menu. And then the third thing I said is, what I said? I want to create an experience that people can come together. The food is very important, and then a venue where people can enjoy. Correct? So when I said about the first one, an experience that people can come together, so she also knows that I cannot reduce the number of guests because all these are destination people. So I can't invite one and not invite the other. So they're all family members and friends. So they all have to be in the group. So I couldn't reduce my guest list. I could not eliminate my menu item, okay, or change my menu because I was adamant to have Chilean sea bass and filet mignon, okay, and adamant to have lamb chop. So I am adamant about what I want to eat for my own wedding day, and what I pick is all very expensive item. And then I am adamant that it has to be a beachfront property and at a beautiful time of the year, which is November, peak season. So then I said the last thing, and the event looked pretty. So she understood my rank of my priorities here. So she said, okay, if we are not able to fit into the budget, okay, using peonies, how about we do this? this is the look that you want, but we are going to make the arrangement as big as you want, but we're going to use a lot of hydrangeas, and we're going to use California rose. Okay? California rose is just like peonies, nice and full. Okay? They may not look exactly like peonies, but they're nice and full. And the look that I'm trying to create for my floral arrangement is nice and full arrangements. So because of that, she recognizes my true desire for the event and also something that I'm willing to compromise with. And she was able to work out a budget for me to create the experience that I want, which is the top few things that I mentioned to her. And yet, she found the point that I'm willing to compromise. What was I willing to compromise? Which is not to use peonies, but to use a lot more hydrangeas and also California roses, okay, to make it look full. But at the same time, she says, I know you love peonies, so I'm going to make sure that your hand bouquet has peonies, okay? So because of how she has approached me, I was willing to hire her, okay? Because she made me feel like, and she's not cheap, okay? She made me feel like, she made me understand what is truly important for my events. What is the experience that I really want to create for myself and for my client, right? For my, not my client, my guests. And what are the things I'm willing to compromise and not compromise. And then she also gave me what I wanted, which is the hand bouquet with peonies, but she's able to work an alternative for me because she knows that that is the area I'm willing to compromise, the floral. Okay? So that's my own example for my wedding. Now, let's use myself as an example when I talk to a client. Okay? Me as an event planner. So my events, again, they are not pretty. Okay? And that's the reason why. Because I tend to want to work with people who understands that event doesn't have to be pretty. I understand the objective of them wanting to have the event. So every time I talk to a potential client, I always ask this question: what's the objective of this event? What are you trying to create here? If it's a wedding, this is the objective is to bring people together to come to my wedding, right? Same thing for my birthday party. If it's a corporate event, so come here to network, to learn, correct? That's the objective. And then I will ask the next question: what do you think will be able to create experiences? What do you think needs to come together to achieve the objective? What is the experience that you're trying to deliver based on the objective? When I talk about experience, I ask more questions. I ask about the look of the event. I ask about the food that you want to serve. I ask about the type of venue that you want to host your event. And I also ask about, like, in terms of any other experience that is going to enhance not just the regular food, not just the looks, but the entertainment. So I have clients who will come to me to say that I want to have an event with a 12-piece band, live band, 12-piece live band, and I want to be able to have this big, again, design elements, okay, these big design elements, more for the look and the entertainment factor. So I go back and I ask, what is the objective of this event again? If the objective of the event is to have people come and you are selling them a product or you are teaching them a seminar, do you really think that these people, when they come, they're expecting you to build out a 12-piece band for the dinner portion or to spend a lot of money on very expensive floral? No. So you have to ask questions to your potential client. This is what you want, which is great. I love that kind of event. You know, it satisfies me in terms of the looks, in terms of the experience, and and also entertainment factor. Never put them down by telling them that what they want is not the right thing. You have to be very, very discreet to guide them in a way that they don't feel like they're planning this event all for them and not caring about the other people. Okay? This is a fine skill to learn. So you want to commend them for having this dream, this big vision. You want to support them with this big vision. And then ultimately, you want to propose a solution that is still supporting the big vision, but now the priorities of the importance of things have changed so that they don't sacrifice paying you, okay, your fees to get to the original vision, which is what I've given you the example of my own wedding. So when they tell me all that, I say that, okay, so your objective is for people to come and then they feel that they are transformed after attending your event, or they feel that they get a good time, they have a great menu, they get to catch up with their friends and their family. Honestly, how much time do you think they will be paying attention to the floral centerpiece? Honestly, how much time do you think they'll be paying attention to the band? So I will ask questions like that. And all these questions will start to determine, does the event need to look that way? Does the event need to feel luxury? Because if it doesn't have to look that type of luxury or to feel expensive, maybe because of her ego, she wants the whole event to look very expensive, right? Because she wants to keep up with the Joneses. Then you will have to, again, most important thing, identify where is the priority. Where can we eliminate? I have a client, okay, who wants me to plan their bar mitzvah. And they couldn't, so they have a very, very tight budget. Very, very, very tight. Even negotiating my fees, okay? And this happens to be a family friend. So, and then from that lesson, I don't work with family friends anymore. So, they wanted me to plan a bar mitzvah. So, and they gave me a budget, and then they told me how many people they want to invite. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of people. And they told me where they want to have the venue. And I asked questions, why do you want to have this particular venue? Why is it that important to have this particular venue? And then they tell me the reason. And I know that I couldn't change their mind. It has to be that venue. And then I asked about the decor element, okay? Why does this look, why do you want to have this look? Then they say, oh, because we saw it at other event and it looks pretty. I said, okay, all right. I said, is it, so I asked a very direct question, is it necessary for it to look that way? Or maybe something like that, but not necessarily that way. And they said, it doesn't have to look exactly like that. So I know that's the area that I can find that money. And then I asked, what is the experience that you want from the people when they come? It says, oh, I want my children, my kids' friends, and my child to be able to party. I want to have a great DJ. I want them to be able to dance, you know. I want to make sure that the music is great, okay? No, now I already know what is the most important thing for them, for the event, which is the experience, which is the music, the DJ, and engagement, guest engagement. Then I asked, what about the food? What do you want the food? And then they say that, oh, I want the food to be kosher for sure, number one. And then it's okay, you know, these kids don't really eat that much, and we adults, well, we're okay with it. So that's another thing I know that I can remove the food in terms of the budget. Okay, so I said, okay, listen, so this is what I'm going to do for you. Okay, so I'm going to create a look based on what you just mentioned, but I'm going to make some modifications. What do you think about this? So I start selling them a different look that is significantly cheaper. And then I start talking to them about a menu that is able to feed the children and feed the adults, but it doesn't have to be filet mignon and chili cibas. So I cut some money there as well. And I say, so based on this, including my fees, this is how the event is going to look like. We are not compromising on the venue. We're going to go still have that venue, and I'm going to hire the best band out there. Okay, I'm going to use your money on this area, which is the entertainment, and have great photography to capture the moments, and everything is going to cost this much. What do you feel about that? Now, because I was able to be a strategist, I was able to walk them through understanding what they really want, they hire me. Okay? So this, I hope, gives you an example how you can charge a premium fee when your event doesn't have to be luxury. Because luxury is overrated in many sense. Sometimes people don't even understand why they want luxury, okay? They don't even understand why they want the event to look a certain way. Until you start asking questions, what exactly do you want for your events? And what are the most expensive things in events? Decor item, okay? And I'm not saying that to have event designer make less money, okay? At the end of the day, what is your role? Your role is to service your client. And your role is to deliver an event that your client is able to enjoy and able to deliver the experience that their guest is able to enjoy and deliver a look that they are happy with and able to accept with, even though with modification, and recognize you as someone who has helped them to get from here to there. That's where you get repeat clients, okay? that is where you get repeat clients, and that's where people will say that you have to work with May. Oh my God, because she is so good in what she does. And the only thing they can say, you have to work with May because she's so good at what she does, and people say, what does she do? They're so good. She says, she's able to deliver you what you want at the price that you want. Because I am able to let them understand what do they really want and why do they really want it, and how can we get there if we make certain things change here and there without sacrificing. If they take me out of the equation, they will not be getting what they want because they don't know how to find a compromise. Okay, so I hope today's session, okay, yes, there you go. I take your vision and make it a reality. Now, I take your vision and make it a reality. That's your line, fantastic. But if you listen carefully, I took the client's vision and I questioned that vision in a way that does not hurt their ego or threaten their way of thinking. And I question this vision, is this what they really want? In order to find the right budget for them so that they don't sacrifice your fees, sacrifice you to get to where they want. Okay? So when people tell you this is the vision, you really have to question and ask, why do you want it? What is important for you? And then through all these questionings, all these questions, and based on their response, you'll be able to know what you can do for them and show your expertise and show them that you're the only person who's able to get them to what they truly want, which is what you did with them. You help them discover what they truly want. Now they can only work with you and only want to work with you because you're the only person who got them to understand what they really want. Okay? So I hope all of you found this session great. Probably have to watch it a few times to really understand what I just shared with you, but that's how I work. Okay? Now before I go, again, right, that's how I'm able to charge all the fees, even though my events are not pretty. My events are not pretty, but it delivers the experience that they say they want and what they want their guests to have as well at the end of the day. Okay? An event is not just for you. It's not for you as in like, it's not just for your client. It's for their guests. All right? Otherwise, why do you have the event? Okay? So Janice, all the contracts, it's inside our mentorship program. I can't direct you where to get a contract. I would say that don't think about getting it from Etsy or pay $39 or something. Listen, a contract is going to protect you and your business and your assets. Go to an attorney. But if you're inside my program, you get it for free because that's what I pay my attorneys for. And that's why people pay the price they pay to get into my program, not just for the contracts, but all the teachings that I teach as well. Okay? So yes, Kajabi, inside my program, Pamela. All right, okay. All right, so before I wrap up, I just want to do a reminder. All right, our pricing for profit workshop, April 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time Zone is a 2-hour live Zoom session. I will be teaching live inside Zoom today is the last day to take advantage of the early bird price of $97. If you haven't signed up to take advantage of that, you got to do it today because it will expire midnight tonight. In addition, quick summary, what are you learning? How to calculate your hourly rate, how to calculate your break-even rate. I will give you templates, and you will also have the recording to go back to reference to as well. I'll teach you the 5 strategies that I use when I charge my events, my clients. When do I alternate these strategies? All right. How do I get the most money out of each event? I will teach you how to calculate what type of events that you're planning that gives you the most profit. So you're not doing all types of events. You will narrow down and do that type of events that you spend the least time and gives you the most money. I will also talk about, now you figure out how much you need to charge. How can you confidently charge that price, right? How can you not stutter when you charge that price? What is the mindset that's blocking you to charge that price? So it all starts from there, okay? So this is, if you want more information, just click on that link. Click on that link. Somebody from my team dropped that link. You'll see inside our Facebook feed and sign up for that session, okay? 2 hours, you get to keep the templates, you get to keep whatever that I have done. You just plug in your numbers, so it's plug and play. I will go through the template with you, and you get to keep everything that's being taught in that 2 hours, and you get to ask me questions as well. Early bird expires today, okay? Expires today, and then it goes up to 147, okay? So don't miss out on the pricing class. DM your concierge, all right? Let somebody drop that link here as well, so that we can sign these members up, all right? Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I hope today's session has helped you, and don't overthink why I need to spend that money for the pricing class. If you have been going around and around trying to ask questions, how should I price this, and you're still not getting it right, those money that you have lost out because you have priced incorrectly because you don't want to spend money to get a mentor to teach you, this is how you can work with me directly for only $97 for 2 hours, okay? No, this session is not part of the mentoring program, no. So if you are inside my mentorship program, this is free, okay? If you're inside my mentorship program, this session is free. My people inside my mentorship program, they get a lot of free access to all the additional sessions that I charge for. They get it for free. So please do not pay my paid members, all right? So for those of you who's not inside my mentorship program, yes, you will pay for this session, okay? And my paid members inside the mentorship program tonight, 5:30 Eastern Time Zone, inside the paid members Facebook group will be part 1 of our how to plan a ticketed in-person events. I'm going to teach you all what you need to know in order to plan a ticketed event so that you make money planning ticketed events or hosting one yourself. So inside the paid members Facebook group, not Zoom. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to sign up for the Pricing to Profit workshop. If you're not inside my mentorship program, you'll pay for it at an early bird price. If you're inside my mentorship program, it's free. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Bye-bye.